Hello, everyone. Good evening and welcome. Oh, wow. Yay. Thank you to everyone that's joined. You're all so early. Like, you know, our motto here at Nigerian Women in PR. um, Timing is very important for us. And so that's why 7 on the dot, I had to get on here. Plus, our founder is watching. All right. So thank you so much for joining us. We're just going to wait a little bit more for a few people to join us. Thank you very much. You're welcome. This is going to be an amazing session. I can totally promise you because first our guest, hello, Liz Osho. Does she need, more introduction? No, she doesn't. But for those who are just joining us who are wondering, whoa, this is probably the first time Nigerian Men in PR will go live. So this is great. Great to be here. We've got 5 people. We need more people to join us. We're going to wait for a few more people. And then I'm going to add Liz. She's already here. Hi, Liz. I'm an Elizabeth Osho fan, so I hope I don't drool at some point during this interview. But it's going to be a little chill and very interesting interview with Liz. Our topic today is how to build a personal brand as a professional. I know the flyer says as a PR professional, but I understand there are people here who are not in PR. So you're going to learn how to build a personal brand. We hear so much about visibility these days. You know, they talk about how you can't get promoted if nobody sees you. You know, if you don't work as to be seen, at the end of the day, it feels like you're not working at all. All right, so yeah, first time we're going live on this page, live on Instagram. So this is a big deal because I'm actually glad I also get to do this. Real quickly, let me introduce Nigerian Men in PR to you. For those who are just joining us, this is the Nigerian Men in PR page. And it is good to be here to start this amazing project. Really and truly, our mission and our passion is to empower and inspire women in PR. You know, we know the plight of women in Nigeria and generally across the world. Apparently there's a statistic that says there's quite a high number of women in PR, but when it gets to management level, we see a decline in those numbers. So Nigerian Men in PR is really doing her best to ensure that we balance those numbers up a bit. So Nigerian Men in PR was established in 2019. It's an independent social impact organization which was created to build a robust network of practicing and aspiring female public relations professionals of Nigerian descent. So you could be abroad, you could be living in America, wherever. You can also be a part of Nigerian Men in PR. It's not just for Nigerians in Nigeria, but we're here for Nigerians in the diaspora as well. We like to give access to career advancing opportunities, and we have a robust, program lineup. We have our reverse mentorship workshop. We have our C-suite acceleration. We have our Thrive Through PR. We have this is what we call PRandMore, by the way. It's called PRandMore because we want to have conversations that go beyond PR. We know that oftentimes even PR professionals have issues that go beyond PR. All right, so and you can be a member of Nigerian Women in PR. So if you're watching, wherever you're watching from, you can be a member of Nigerian Women in PR. Before the end of this session, I'll put the link here. So you can go to our website, which is www.nigeriangwomeninpr.com. All right, www.ngwomeninpr.com. We'd love you to join. There's so many benefits to being a part of Nigerian Men in PR. You have access to exclusive network of professionals across the world. We have professionals from all across the country and from in different categories as well. You can also go to our Instagram page has quite a number of information as well. If you're a member of Nigerian Men in PR as well, you have access to exclusive member-only events. The last event we had was the reverse mentorship workshop, and we had speakers like Joe Ogunle, who works with Google. We had Eddie Tokende, who works with BHM. And a lot of these events that we have are soon going to be just for members. So if you want to enjoy some of these really rich events that can totally transform your career, please be a member of Nigerian Women in PR. Go to our website, and I'll also share the link here as well. Also, you get recommended for vacancies. You also get access, to local and global speaking opportunities. You can also be a resource person for Nigerian Men in PR. So join. The benefits are endless. Let me see. Also, training facilities. We know that quite a number of organizations ask you to go and train yourself. Go and figure out how you're going to move up in your career. And at Nigerian Men in PR, we offer training facilities that really do transform your career. So I will leave the link here somewhere. So please, once I drop the link, would love you to click on the link and be a part of Nigerian Men in PR. It's free to be a member of Nigerian Men in PR, absolutely free. And of course, there's so many benefits. All right, I want to do a shout out to our founder, Tolu Olorundere is here. Shout out to Tolu Olorundere. She's our founder at Nigerian Men in PR, and she's phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. You also get access to her if you're a member of Nigerian Men in PR. So, all right, so without further ado, of course, as you can see, the topic that we have today is how to build a personal brand as a PR professional. And of course, Liz Osho is a name that has become a household name. And she's not a stranger. That name is not strange to anybody out there. She's popularly called Liz, Liz Osho. She's a serial entrepreneur. She's the CEO and founder of So Me Media Solutions, a full-service communications agency servicing SMEs, Fortune 500 clients, and government agencies. Now, Elizabeth Osho studied at the University of Birmingham, where she graduated in 2005 with a BA in Classical Civilization. And upon completing her formal education, she started her career as a recruitment consultant in the financial sector, but of course didn't feel inspired. She went on to anchor her own online show, The Liz Yemoja Show, featuring artists from all genres of the entertainment industry. Now, in 2012, Liz relocated to Nigeria to further her career in the media industry. And she began work at Nigeria's #1 lifestyle magazine, Genevieve Magazine, as the online editor. Liz is an experienced journalist, having worked as the online editor for Nigeria's leading lifestyle magazine, Genevieve, for 4 years. And as a strong advocate of women empowerment and self-development, Liz just concluded the project management of the Genevieve magazine Pink Ball, a breast cancer awareness initiative. And she's been featured on numerous TV and radio shows. She's a fabulous writer, detailed strategist, and a social media expert. And she works, of course, she's the founder of the communications agency based in Lagos, whose services include brand management, strategy development, project and events management, content creation, and lifestyle consultancy. Let me actually add Liz to this. Okay, let me add Liz here. I didn't want her to, okay. If you have any questions, we're also going to, okay, Liz is already here. Okay. I'm really excited, as you can see. So if I get a little giggly, please pardon me. Hi, Liz.
Hi. How are you, Ronke? How are you?
I'm really, really good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. A little jet lag because I just got to London from DC.
I saw from your story.
Yes, but I'm doing okay. Hi, everyone. Hi, guys. Hi.
Thank you so much for joining us. Yes, Tolu is here.
Well done to Tolu for Nigerian women in PR. I have been seeing it for some years now. I was like, okay, what's this all about? And I've watched the growth of the platform as well. Well done to Tolu and the entire team.
Yes.
Well done to, for all your fabulous work and for bringing this. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Liz. Can I say Liz is, totally amazing. When we approached her for this, she was just so open. Oh, Niger. Okay. She was just so open and so, what you see with Liz, I think, is what you get. Her online persona is totally, she's as sweet in real life, as she is, which is why I'm totally such a Liz stan. So I'm really, really honored to be doing this and to be talking to you today, Liz. So thank you very much for joining us. You've done so well with your career. Might I say, I was in London when you used to work in Ben TV, and you were Liz Yemoja. So I used to watch you on Ben TV.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I've been fanning since back in the day.
Wow, that's some years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, a long time ago. And I've watched you transition, from moving back to Nigeria, working with Genevieve Magazine, and, now doing your own thing. It's fabulous. And you're doing such a fab job. Thank you so much for all that you do.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, when you were moving back to Nigeria, most people have a strategy. Did you have a strategy when you were moving back, before moving back to Nigeria?
Yeah, I had a strategy that went that
right down
up, and then I didn't know whether I was swearing or not. But yes, I came to Nigeria to be a TV presenter. And
Ah,
yeah, that's what I came to Nigeria. I came to Nigeria to be a TV presenter. I say, all, but God had other plans, you know? So I came to Nigeria. I went to Genevieve magazine to tell them that I'm this big presenter. Or, please, yeah, Moja,
put some respect. Put some respect on my name.
you know, like I want a feature. I mean, it's cover day. And I think maybe they were like, doesn't like that. Like, okay, I'll take feature. I'll take insight. They didn't give me that interview, but instead, you know, they offered me to work with Betsy. Okay, I think there's a background noise. I'm not sure if anyone else.
Oh. Oh, we can't hear it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Can you guys hear it in the comment section?
Can anybody hear it?
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining. Please stick around. It's a 15-minute interview, so and then questions and answers. So it should be really insightful.
Can everybody see us and hear us clearly? Just want to be sure the sound is great. If the sound is great, please just give us thumbs up. And if everything's great from your end, if you're watching and from your end everything's great, please give us a thumbs up so we know, you know. Oh, sounds distorted. Does it still sound distorted?
There was a background noise, but I think it's gone now.
It was gone. Okay. Is this good?
It's gone anyway.
Okay, great. Oh, fantastic. Okay, so oh, great. We've got thumbs up. Fantastic. So I was asking Liz if she had a strategy before moving back to Nigeria. It's breaking a bit. I hope it's not from my end.
Yes, and I spoke to you and said I had one. Okay, they say it's back up now. I had a strategy, but my strategy tanked majorly, and that's we always say that God, you know, man proposes, and God disposes. Because went to Nigeria thinking that I was gonna be this big time TV presenter. No, that's not to say that I won't eventually. My dreams are still valid, but God had another for me. You know, I went to Genevieve asking them to feature me as a TV presenter, but you know, eventually I just became their staff. You know, I just became the online manager for Genevieve magazine. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. And do you think, oftentimes people always look at the IJGBs, which, I mean, at some point you were like, you guys just walked into Nigeria and people just start about. Do you think that sort of gave you like a leverage?
Okay, I'm gonna not, you know, I can't lie. I can't say that, you know, you come back to the abroad and then certain opportunities are not offered up to you, or, you know, maybe you speak differently. And so, you know, some certain organizations are looking at that, but I don't personally think that that is the reason why anyone should get preferential treatment. I feel like some of my closest friends, the most intelligent people that I know, you know, studied, lived, and did all of their schooling and formative years in Nigeria. However, your question is, when people come back from abroad, do they get preferential treatments? I think so, and I think some of the reasons why they also stand out is because of exposure. The truth about it is that traveling and being, you know, outside of Nigeria opens your eyes to so many things. You know, as forward thinking as we may think we are, the truth is, you know, Nigeria can be limiting, as it would be if you lived only in America. You know, Americans are the worst. My husband's American, and he, before we married, had not traveled even to Europe, you know, and they just kind of stick in that little American bubble and think Mexico is life, you know. So if I'm going to be generally speaking, yes, IJGBs do get some preferential treatment or they're open doors, but oftentimes it's also because they're more exposed, you know, they're more exposed. The experiences, you know, afforded to them sometimes are, you know, they're better sometimes. And that way if they're clever, they're able to leverage it.
Okay, fantastic. All right. So yes, obviously, don't say because you're an IJGB, then if you don't have the substance or the content, then at the end of the day,
you still got to work, back it up. Got to back it up.
Absolutely. All right. So for those who are just joining us, this is the Nigerian in PR interview with Liz Osho. I'm sure she needs no introduction. I have done the introduction, but for those who are joining us, I'm sure you know her and you've seen such, I mean, amazing work that she's been doing in, you know, the PR sphere. And we're talking today about how to build a personal brand as a professional. I know the flyer says as a PR professional, but I know there are people here who are obviously not in PR. And as a professional, you're wondering, okay, how do I stand out, or how do I put myself out there? And so I guess my question is there a difference between visibility and personal brand? I say this especially for those who are not in PR, who are working regular organizations. So they're wondering if visibility, I hear a lot about visibility, and then having a personal brand. Do you personally think there's a difference?
I think so. I think so. I think you can be visible doing nothing. There's so many people who have visibility. There's no substance, there's no value, there's nothing they're bringing to table with that visibility. Visibility is pretty much awareness, right? And yes, it's part of, branding for people to be aware of you, but it doesn't end and stop there. The difference between visibility and personal branding is that with personal branding, you are more intentional. It is more curated. You know exactly what you want to be seen for. You know why you want to be seen. Therefore, you position yourself better. You position yourself with the right people in the right places, also giving the right messages. You cannot say that, you are personal branding and you want to be seen as a wholesome brand, yet you are seen in Koro parts. You guys know what I'm talking about, so
Right.
Visibility, there's no point being visible. Visibility to me means that you have not been intentional. You are just visible. People are seeing you. However, are they seeing you, and where are they seeing you? Which group and crannies are they seeing you? It's got to be places that resonate with the personal brand. So personal branding, make no mistake about that. You've got to be very strategic about it. You've got to say, this is what I want for myself. This is where I want to be. And I'm mapped out. This is how I get there. So I want this person as my mentor. But I mean, that's a conversation, because I always feel like this mentor thing, we get it wrong. But, I want this person as my mentor. I want to be in this circle. Guys, there's certain people that I wanted to be friends with. I was intentional. I'm not saying I went to beg friendo, but when the opportunities for us aligned, I made sure that I serviced those relationships. I made sure I was intentional about fostering those relationships. So I think personal branding is very intentional, and there is a huge difference between personal branding and visibility.
And visibility, absolutely. I was actually talking to somebody about it, and I was talking about liking personal branding to actually wearing makeup, and then visibility to taking the picture and then putting it out. So just like how you said you could be visible, I could put my face out on social media and it's looking horrible, so there's visibility, but what is it? What are people seeing? So so would you say it goes hand in hand, personal branding and
it goes hand in hand? Of course, if you're doing personal branding right, visibility will come. Cannot personal branding. But I would say go backwards. Do not think about visibility first. Think about your personal brand. Don't worry about visibility. If you're doing it well in the right circle, it will be the right sort of. Because remember, we're not trying to get visibility for the sake of it. We want to be intentional about that.
Absolutely, being intentional. Now, should personal branding, should everybody care about personal branding? I'm talking to somebody who works in a really nice organization, perhaps even like a multinational. They have a great job, they have a great salary, but they're thinking, what's my business with personal branding? Should it be everybody's business, do you think?
Absolutely. Hey, everyone that's just joined. Hey, Miss Paul. Hey, Cornelia. Hey, everyone. I think that personal branding helps individuals become conscious of their differences. It makes them ultimately, it allows them to position themselves in a way that, it makes them stand out amongst their guys. Don't forget that we're living in a digital age. Even I go into a meeting, somebody has said, I told you, they Googled saw me. Because they Googled saw me, something came out of that. And oftentimes it demonstrates my best qualities if I open my mouth. That is what personal branding does for you. So I see a lot of people, friends, I just want to be quiet and let my work make the noise. Yeah, fair enough. Put all of your life's details out there. However, you're able to demonstrate quite quickly, for people to gain a good understanding of you without you even saying too much. Because oftentimes, if there's a lineup of 3, they will pick the ones that are looking good, looking juicy, sweet. With the brand. The brand is already looking like it's clean, it's fun, it's relatable, and it's communicating. It's got a message. How have you branded yourself? So you stand out to employers. You stand out potential clients. It's for people who are in 9 to 5 as well as entrepreneurs. Oftentimes, I know people who have worked with SoMe just because of persona, because of SoMe's online. Yes, you know, they had a choice to work with one person, another agency. They just look fun. If that is what they're not saying that there isn't enough sky for all birds to fly. Everybody has their niches. But for those who are, for instance, maybe entertainment, you know, who are travel, or maybe agencies, or, you know, FMCGs, because they know we work with Sunlight and we work with influencers, there's certain things they come to us for. And if we're not vocal about it, quietly doing our work, no one would know. And no one would be able to say off the bat, so we recognize them for this. So I think that as entrepreneurs, we should be looking at personal branding. As business owners, we should be looking at personal branding, as well as 9-to-5ers. A regular 9-to-5, it's a great way to create positive representation of the skills, your interests, and your career goals.
Right. And how do you not allow for your personal brand to overshadow SoMe, for example, for someone like you who's very popular, or someone who works in an organization and perhaps the employer is starting to get worried, oh, you're starting to get bigger, because we hear that a lot, you're starting to get bigger. I work with a radio station. Right. And sometimes it happens with on-air personalities where you start to get bigger than the station or bigger than the organization. So your employers start to think, I need to cut you down a peg or two. So how do you, should that be, how do you balance not being bigger than your organization? Personally, how have you done that?
Yeah, very, very good question. To be honest, I remember in the second year of SoMe, I actually had this honest conversation with my mentor, who was like, you know, Liz, you're popular. So, you know, are you not going to let SoMe shine, kind of thing, you know? And even, Ronke, I personally started getting like, am I the one that's running the ship? And where do we cut the line where if I'm not at every meeting, that the meeting has not started, you know, because needed to start functioning without me as the face of it. So I understand, but I feel like, as I said, you know, there's enough the sky for all birds to fly. I'll take the example of OAP station. It's about being authentic, both parties, the station as well as you. You both need each other. And if we go position ourselves, both the radio station and the OAP, in more of a collaboration setting, let's always think it's collaboration. You know, the OAP is collaborating with the radio station.
Sure.
You know,
we're using one
as their niche. The radio knows what they bring to the table. The OAP knows what they bring into the table. So it's important you know your niche, you are honest about it, you know, so that there's no blurred lines. You know, we're very clear that this is what I'm bringing to the table. And I know, and you reiterate, I understand that I'm not coming to steal any limelight, but I want to grow. I'm not coming here to also just be quiet in the corner. Do you understand what I mean?
Nothing to be ashamed of. Wanting to grow is not anything to be ashamed of.
It's not anything, but it's also being authentic about that, because oftentimes we don't know, you know, we live in a society as well where, I'm sorry to say, but, you know, we kind of look down on loud. We look down on everyone. Say, oh, this person is everywhere. What is everywhere? You know, how do I get to where I want to go? And what is your problem if I'm striving, if that is how I know, you know? So I feel if I know to move, why is anyone telling me this person is everywhere? Why is anyone telling me this person is too loud? Why is anybody saying this? Follow on social media, your piece, you know? But I think that, you know, I don't want to digress, but just bringing it back all in. It's about authenticity, and also it's about everyone knowing their limits. So even in the regard to, you know, maybe a 9-to-5 or an entrepreneur kind of pushing, not knowing where collaboration ends and where competition starts, we don't need to compete. No one needs to compete with anyone. Personally, I am all up for collaboration. I'm constantly collaborating. I have young PR gurus that I know that they are on the streets more than me right now, you know. So where necessary,
we all have a limit. Right.
I have this new client. I feel like they need your touch. You will work with it, you know, with me with it. And I know for one that I give so many of my colleagues jobs, you know, that I feel they're better suited to. And I also know that it's important, where you won't get competition is where you know your niche. Ronke, once you know your niche, you cannot be competing because you know where you fit. And for me, I don't take on all work. I'm not here to I cannot do everything. So I don't take on all work, you know, and I let people know all the time that I don't have clients. Like, I'll be the first to say, told me we don't handle personalities. We don't. But why do you work with SARS? I explain how we work with the SARS. We don't handle it. We're not her managers. We don't handle PR for her. However,
Wow.
we work with her in this certain way. And that's
Wow, that's phenomenal. That's amazing. I can see people already having like nuggets that they can post from all that you said already. For those who are just joining us, welcome. This is a Nigerian Women in PR interview with Liz Osho. And for those who are just joining us, you can follow us at Nigerian Women in PR, please. And of course, we're going to leave a link. So if you want to be members, of course, you have to be a woman, you have to be female. And of course, Nigerian in PR is really for Nigerians in Nigeria and in the diaspora. So we want you all to please join us. I'll put the link in and I'll pin the link in a minute. So as soon as I put the link there, please follow us. There's so many benefits to being a member of Nigerian in PR. You get access to, trainings, access to people like Liz, Tolulope, Laurendero. I mean, mavens in PR who are doing absolutely phenomenal. Liz was talking about mentorship, and that's, like you said, a topic on its own. Because I mean, people these days, obviously, yes, we have the dilemma of trying to use people to sort of, how they say they're clout chasing.
Yeah.
So all in the name of, I want you to be my mentor.
Mentorship at all. We think it means that you are carrying someone's bag and you are fanning around them and
yes.
Social media. I hardly even post my mentor. We have a real life connection, and because it's real, we don't need social media. As much as I love social media, she ain't on my social media like that. Because I have a real life connection with her. But like I said, I'll come back for that.
Absolutely. Yes. For today, we're talking about building a personal brand, and Liz has done such a fabulous job with that. And that's why we're having this conversation with her about building a personal brand. And also talk about how, you mentioned how some people say some people are just everywhere. So do you think there's nothing like doing too much when it comes to trying to build my personal brand? Is there anything like doing too much? Some people get so confused. They are everywhere, literally. So is there anything like doing too much?
Yes, there is something like doing too much, and you will do too much if you're not strategic, Ronke. And that's why and that's actually Somi's forte, strategy. You cannot be everywhere. Just like I said that I cannot do all the clients. I cannot handle all the clients. Just in the same way, I cannot Ronke, where I realize I'm not Snapchat person. I don't understand the thing. I don't like it appearing half an every day, or I don't really like it. So I cut out Snapchat. Sometimes I go there because I like the filter, but I cannot do everything. At one point I thought it would be a blog, but I knew that I couldn't. I was honest with I'm not in the place and frame of mind right now to be consistent with this thing. So I could later on I'll be able to find some time with that. I think you can be everywhere and in a very unconstructive way. You need to be constructive, and you need to be very precise with what it to be. If you want to be a wholesome brand, there's some places that you shouldn't be. Do your research. You should know exactly the kind of communication you want to put out there. Messaging is important. You should know your tone. You should find your people and find your tribe. Where are they? Do more of that. You can't be wanting to build a certain kind of tribe and I'm finding you in Sokoto when really doing is being, the East. So you've got to marry everything, and you won't be able to do that if you don't do proper research. So yes, I'm not saying that you should. When you found the thing that works, when you've got your strategy, you go to branding specialists, you go to public relationship specialists, you go to coach, you go to, there's so many people that can help you bring things together. If you do more of your strategy, then you're not everywhere. So do more of what it is that you've. I don't know if I'm making sense, but if you're now on strategicless, not strategy, just doing everything,
just splashing around like.
And another thing, won't get copying, just sitting down copying, sitting down looking at what Joycey is doing. Okay, Joycey, and then just the cover of Guardian. Let me be on the cover, but. Did you even have a message when you went on the cover? Like, there's some things that are really pointless. If you're not, what are you doing on the cover of a magazine? If you're not celebrating anything, what are you doing on the cover? You can't just be on the cover of a magazine for no reason, So that's why you've got to be very strategic, very intentional. And if you are, you will get it right. Another thing is that it's in peaks and troughs. You cannot be in the news 24/7. So that's why it's for it. Well, that. Your biggest brands, they sit down and map out a marketing plan, and there are quiet areas, and enjoy the quiet. This year I was off. Yeah, I think in all, it will not look like that, because when I'm on, I'm really on. But in all, maybe for half of the year, I wasn't on social media.
I noticed. I just started looking for you.
I wasn't on social media. There was a time 3 months, I know, another time 1 month, another time 2 weeks. They were all very deliberate, guys. I needed to drown out the things I was focusing on, and that's the same with all of us. So when I'm back now, I'm back. Let's do it.
True.
It's peaks and troughs, and that's how life is. It's like a river. So
don't burn out trying to just be in our faces all the time.
Cannot burn out. So I'm being authentic, because you are using Yoruba. They will say "mafa go alago shisha," which relates to don't use someone else's clock. Go at your own time. Understand the timing of your life, and embrace the timing of your life. We all have different paths, and we're all made for greatness. And the way we will all get different. But be strategic about your own. Be intentional. Keep God first, and the sky's your limit.
Wow, phenomenal. Okay, I know people have questions, so please start sending your questions in. There's a place where you can actually send questions in, and then we can take them. So if you have any questions, if you have any challenges with building your personal brand, if there's something you're a bit confused about, trust me, we have the best person to address this right here. And I'm really excited about that. So please send in questions if you have any. Let me see. Well, thank you to everyone that's joined. I really appreciate you all being here.
So much.
Thank you, everyone. Okay, I think I have the membership link. Let me see. Okay, let me pin this. Okay.
Women in PR, even if you're not in PR, you want to learn how to build your personal brand and so many other amazing things. So please join Nigerian Women in PR. They are fantastic.
Thank you. Endorsed by Liz. So please join Nigerian Women in PR. Trust me, if I'm saying please now, at the end of the day, when you join, you realize that, why were you even begging us? Because there's so many benefits to joining. So please join Nigerian Women in PR. I have pinned the link to join. There's a membership link. I've pinned it right here. So use it. Go straight to the link. Join, for females only, of course. For females, and we'd love as many females as possible, whether you're mid-level management, graduates, whatever, join Nigerian Women in PR, and there's so many opportunities. All right, so if you have any questions, I'd love for you to ask, because I have one more question for Liz, then I'll take yours. You've talked about a lot of things, and I can imagine that for someone who's starting out, and for you, maybe perhaps when you landed Nigeria as well, I'm sure you didn't know as many people as you do now. What were you thinking, and how do you start? What would you say for someone who's just starting out and wants to build their personal brand? What personally helped you, and what would you offer as an advice to somebody who's looking to do that?
Well, I think don't carry shoulder. Nigerians, guys. Nigerians. We have this thing where we're like, I bet the person did not follow me, so I will not follow them. The person did not kinika, but I don't want them.
You're not good,
guys. You know what? I'm not saying one, but nobody is God. Nobody has by your destiny. Only God. However, help those who help themselves. Closed mouths cannot be fed. You cannot thinking yes, the connection will be made. Find the right place to go to connect. Guys, some of the best people, and I have them here that have connected with me. Vanessa, Gussie, Toby, so many people here that are on this. They just literally Rems. They just literally were like, I like you. Or, can I learn from you? Or I would like to work with you. Gussie, who is now actually my client, interestingly enough, she just asked us to handle PR for one of her projects, the business branch.
Wow.
Shameless plug. Please follow Gussie Toby for the business branch. She literally was running a NGO, and she was like, I want to work. Do you have anything that we are a group of volunteers.
Together.
We formed, and I needed her for so many things. So guys, be open. Be open. First thing, number one. Number two, I think that obviously in the age of the pandemic, it's, easier said than done, but there are events, there are events that to. I think that I was the queen of events, especially because of Genevieve. So I would events. Let me tell you guys a very quick story that I got to go with Mrs. Irabo to for the pink ball. I was a pink ball manager. I went to Procter and Gamble's office randomly. I didn't have to, but I chose to, guys. I wasn't doing it. I didn't have to, you know. She just said, follow me. I followed her. Sometimes I followed her from Procter and Gamble, guys, was when I got to meet someone called Lolu Desalu. And I'm going some story. 4 years later, another one of my friends, who I'd actually only been friends with in the last 2 years, asked me if I would do free PR, if I could volunteer PR services for Bay Haven, a fertility charity. I agreed. And then she said to me, I want to use Film House. There's a new Film House. There's a place called Signature Lounge. I want to use. And she said, the lady is called Lelu Desalu. Please call her. I called this lady. She didn't even respond, but I was at it. Guys, from nowhere, that was how the event in fertility charity that I was just being a free, I was just, you know, putting my services to good use. That was how I got the connection to do PR for Film House. Because from doing that, marketing Film House, then it connected back to the pink ball, because she was actually at that meeting that I went to, Mrs. Irabo, remembered me from there, connected the dots, and you know, how many years later I was doing PR for Film House. You know, we started with Ocean's 8, their biggest events to date still, you know. I was like an international, it was so good. So where am I going with this? Because it looks like I'm rambling, but I have a point. My point,
no, you're not.
you guys, connections can come from anywhere. Don't look down on anything. Don't, sometimes also, I'm not saying go and do free work or like just don't, they will not pay
all
you.
the time. Right.
That also use as, however, be open, consider you're paying it forward. Because what I didn't realize and what came to pass was that I was paying it forward. When I did pink ball, I was paying it forward. When I agreed to do the infertility, I was paying it forward. And so on and so forth, you know. So one thing I believe is that the universe, it will always, what goes around comes around.
True.
It always pays you back from nowhere.
So true.
Right now, I'm underpaid. You will get the pay. Just focus on doing good work. Focus on the work, you know. Focus on work, and that's what I play a lot. I'm a jokester. I enjoy myself, guys. Whatever the case, no matter how I am, I will have fun. Trust me to have fun. But I also, I work hard. I do good work, you know. And you know, when you put value, when you bring value to the table, people recognize. It can't be
true,
denied, and you can't be denied.
True. Wow, phenomenal, guys. I'm literally like, I've got goosebumps. Thank you so much, Liz. I have a question here that says, how do I determine the right strategy when I want to build my personal brand? How do I determine, is it a personal thing, or is it like, is there a general thing, or is this something, a personal strategy that works for me, or is there a general thing, do you think?
It's not one size fits all. That's why it's called personal brand, personal. You know, so what's going to work for me is not going to work for Ronke. You know, where Ronke, her background, where she's coming from, her values, all of those things are intertwined in her personal branding. You know, what she stands for, what she believes in, you know, how far she's willing to go, you know, in certain things, in her personality, where she sees herself, where she's trying to go. All of those things matter. So Ronke and I cannot have the same personal brand strategy. It's bound to be different. And I think that, you know, there's some key things that you've just got to sit down and think about yourself. Where do I want to go? What's your ultimate goal? Think about, because where am I trying to go? How is it, what's going to take me there? What are the things, what are the steps that I'm going to need? Will I need social media? You may not, guys. You may not. That doesn't mean you don't build your LinkedIn or whatever, but you may not need to be active. You don't need to be doing the most of us, doing reels, doing blah, blah, blah.
I know, right? TikTok.
You understand? But with your personal branding, it cannot be the same as my strategy. It can't be. So you sit down, you work backwards and think, where am I trying to go? What am I trying to go with? What are the tools that are going to take me there? Who are the people that are going to take me there? Because I certainly believe that you are, you know, the 5 people around you. Probably a little bit more than people around you. Your network is your net worth now. Come on.
True. It's not a cliche.
Guys, the people that have been around me have been instrumental in building me. Props to Mrs. Irabo. What? Bola Balogun. What? Well, I mean, people have been very strategic in connecting me, in introducing me, in making my life not as hard as it could have been. Because trust me, boy, Nigeria, it'll take it out of you. Nigeria, you go sweat. Die.
The enjoyment. You sweat the enjoyment before you enjoy the enjoyment.
My dear. But I'm privileged, So you two sit down. Who are the people? Who are the people that I need to don't go and kill those people? And also, let me tell you something. What my mentor, for instance, always says is, I love and enjoy you. She enjoys me, and I enjoy her too because it's mutually beneficial. So I'm not sitting taking. I also offer. I also lift. I also bring something because she's in the same field as me. She's in PR as well. So, let me again digress. But basically, your question was personal branding. Is it one size fits all, or you have to make it personal? Guys, it has to be personal. Sit down. I don't have all now. But sit down, trace your step, and plan for yourself.
What works for you? Absolutely. Thank you so much, Liz. Okay, which brings me to the next question from Digital Clarity Clan. How do I begin to become strategic when networking as a newbie? And I know a lot of people will have that because, I mean, you've talked about your network now. So, but for some people, I think, how do I even get them to believe in me? How do I even get to start making friends? We've talked about how some people even leverage on other people, which is not totally bad, but you don't want to be a lich. So how do I even get people? I'm a newbie. How do I even get people to believe in me like they believe in Liz enough to give her some of this, work that she does?
Value. Offer value. Let me use Bella Niger. I actually just remember Bella Niger because shout outs to Eki Ogumbo. She just joined and she used to be part of the Bella Niger team. Bella Niger was supporting me for years, supporting me just a bit ad hoc, random, from when I was Emoja. But guys, I offered value. I started writing for them. You go and Google, because remember, I have not always been Liz Osho. Yes, I am that girl that I've had many different names now online that you can. Liz Awoli, before I got married. When I was my stage name. Liz Osho now that I'm married. And all those three, in fact, I'm trying to find how I can consolidate it because they all have like three different lives.
Right.
Liz Awoli, if you, which is my my maiden name. If you go, I wrote a lot for Bella. I wrote so many articles, and that was a mutually beneficial, and that was me bringing them, so that in 2021 I am reaping the benefits. I can't think she gives me everything for free and say, please, my girl, Uche, I'm begging you, my team. I am a Bella Niger team because I used to.
Right, yes.
This much value. Please, can you do this? I would like to do this. Okay, I don't have as much. Blah, 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 blah. Same so many other people that I've grown with. I've been able to give some sort of value so that I can, it's still back to this pay it forward thing, Ronke. So that in 2001, I can reap the best. So what value are you bringing to the relationships you have? Because then you can leverage. It's easy, guys. It's tit for tat now. And I'm not saying everybody will give you, but you cannot choose 5 people, guys. Odds, the sod's law. You can choose 5 people now and be good to them and be intentional about relationship. And you will not reap great gains, So let's not focus on getting, focus on giving. From giving,
you will get so many nuggets. Don't forget to focus on getting, give. From giving, you will get. And I mean, that's absolutely phenomenal. I can see that people are leaving comments on the chat, but I don't know why I can't see them. So if you can use the question box, actually, that would be absolutely phenomenal. I can see some interesting engagement going on, but I can see some questions. So please use there's a question mark box. You can use that and send your question.
And
for those who are just joining us.
So much.
Yes, thank you all for joining us. Thank you. This is Nigerian Men in PR. Someone was asking, is it just Nigerian women? Nigeria, as long as you're Nigerian, home or abroad, wherever in the world you live, you can be a member of Nigerian Women in PR. You have to be female. and you should be Nigerian. Whether you live in Antarctica or wherever, we want you because we're a community of Nigerians, you know, at home and abroad. We offer value as well. And of course, we give so much value. There's so many benefits to being a member of Nigerian Men in PR. So follow us, please follow us, and go to our link in bio. The registration form is there. It's just a few boxes to fill in to be a member of Nigerian Men in PR. It's very easy. Go to our link in bio and join and be a member of Nigerian Men in PR. Okay, so please use the question box. I'm going to let Liz go in a bit because we promised I will not be here for too long. Joddling London says, how do we find the right mentor? That mentor question, I know, obviously I know it will come up.
Man,
how do you find that? It's like that Lagos, I mean.
Now you give up to me. You see that woman,
Baba God.
Look, guys, see, I think that I'm not even gonna lie and be funny. It's spiritual, it is. I don't think it's just something that just happens overnight. You know, I think for me, God just said, if you're not careful, your journey in Nigeria is just going to, you will just jam up. Go crazy. For instance, I know that it was really, really ordained that I had a female boss. You know, from the year I got into Nigeria, June 2012. I was working at Genevieve, August, like end of July, August 2012.
Wow.
So even having that female boss for 4 years, and then straight after that, I got married. I started my own business. So that in itself was ordained. So I think that your mentor, you need to pray about. You know, pray. Yes, pray about it. Pray to God to give you the right mentor and discerning spirit, so you know the difference. You know, because I've heard so many horrible stories of horrible situations where people are, you know, not being, you know, it's just a funny situation.
Not treated properly.
They're not treated
right.
properly, and it's not really because I mean I really am very privileged and I enjoy, you know, those that I look up to and those that I call mentors. But it's not something to be taken lightly, because this person literally has access to your brain. Do you understand?
If they're toxic, they can totally mess you up.
There you go. So you have to, you know, really be intentional about praying to God for it. And also, you know, like I said, it's two-way street. So mentorship is not for them to come and just be helping you with all your problems and introducing you to everyone. And they're not even money. They're not money, you know. So it's important to also understand what a mentor is. But pray is all I can say.
Wow. Oh my days. Thank you so much, Liz. Thank you. She's jet lagged, guys. Guys, she's traveled and she still came on this live. I mean, I don't know what to say. You're totally phenomenal. Thank you very much. I'm really personally honored, you know, to do this with you. So thank you very, very much.
Yeah, God bless. Thank you so much for everyone that joined. Thank you for the opportunity as well to follow Nigerian Women in PR, and I'm going to make sure I join your next live. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Liz. Let us let you sleep. Yes, bye. I know what time. Thank you very much, Liz. Wow, that was amazing. Thanks to everyone that's joined us. Don't forget, we're Nigerian Men in PR. And I mean, look at all of the nuggets. I can see all of you tweeting or, you know, writing some of the things that she said. So absolutely amazing. I mean, I have also been following Liz for such a long time. It's phenomenal to see her growth. And it's not magic. She worked, you know, so if we put in the work, we will get the phenomenal result and success as well. So I wish everybody that's joined us a successful career as you build your personal brand. Thank you very much for following us at Nigerian Men in PR. My name is Ronke Giwa Nofua. You can follow me at Ronke Giwa1. And of course, make sure to go to our link in bio at Nigerian Men in PR, fill the membership form and be a member of Nigerian Women in PR. We hope to see you. You can also go to our website, go to our LinkedIn, and we have so much resource for you. All right, so be a member so you can also access this resource that we have. We have a library, a resource hub, you know, that, you know, young people in their professions can take advantage of, that can really help you in your career. So I want to say thank you very much for being a part of our first live. This is PRandMore. In 2 weeks, we're back with another amazing guest. So make sure to follow us so you can get notifications on when we're live. In 2 weeks, I'll be here with, let me not tell you who it is, but our next topic will be about pitching. For example, if you're a startup or you have an app or you have something that you want to pitch. I'm sure that a lot of people, even pitching yourself, You can pitch yourself, and you have to learn. There's a strategic way to do that. So our next guest in 2 weeks. This is bi-monthly, and we hope you join us the next time when we'll be treating another interesting topic here on the Nigerian Men in PR platform with PRandMore. So until we're back next time, thank you all very much for watching. I hope I can save this video for those who missed some parts of this session. We'll save this. I'll put it on our YouTube page. So follow us at Nigerian Men in PR all across board, Instagram, Twitter at NG Women in PR. This video hopefully will be saved so we can put it in our feed as well. So for those who missed certain parts, you can catch up. Thank you very much. My name is Ronke. Catch you next time. Enjoy your evening and God bless you.